What is up, Freedom Meat family? I did a live stream earlier. I was kind of heated, man. Actually, I was a lot heated. You know, it pisses me off when somebody says we just have to do something because our children are being killed. I'm like, huh. How many of your kids been killed? Well, none. So then you don't mean our children. You mean somebody else's children that they're responsible for. And oh, by the way, that gun control you support, that, like, you know, I don't really care what the you know, idiot box watching, fucking NRA hating, whatever. Not that NRA hating has anything to do with it, because that just shows you the stupidity in it. But what they think. You know, just because you think something doesn't make you correct. I try to use logic and reason. You know, like, I have people call me that are way fucking smarter than I am, and I'm not saying this isn't like some confirmation bias shit. It's just like, you know, I legit try to, I try to find more than just reason in my logic. Like, I try to find the facts behind it, you know? So, like, you know, you look at why Nicholas did kill. When you boil it down to the core, it was because he was unable to protect himself. Like, we can talk about the dude that shot him all day long. The fact is that you can't stop evil without force. And without the equalizer of a firearm, that's kind of hard. Although he tried, it's kind of hard to stop that force. You know, and when you tell people, like, you know, that lady, it was a lady I worked for, if you didn't watch the live stream, she told me that she was my friend. She wasn't against me, but we need to do X, Y, and Z and get all these guns out of young people's hands. And that's what really got me fired up. It's because that logic right there is what led to laws like the one that left my son unarmed and then led to his death. Yeah, somebody pulled the trigger, and they're responsible. Partially. Government's just as responsible. Cops are just as responsible. Government for creating the stupid-ass laws that infringe on my son's rights. And cops for enforcing it. There's no duty to act as a cop, but they do. They do. There's not only no duty. I'm not talking about no duty to protect. They don't have a duty to act. If they believe something is wrong or goes against their moral standing, they don't have a duty to enforce that shit. But every last fucking one of them does. Just like they always will. You know, so this lady was older. And so, like I told her, I said, you know, well, 80-year-olds run into people randomly on sidewalks. So let's take all 80-year-olds' driver's licenses away. Let's take their cars away. Matter of fact, most 80-year-olds can't take care of themselves, so they shouldn't be in their own homes. Let's take their homes away. They spend money on the dumbest shit. We should take their money away. She didn't want to have that conversation, of course, because it put her in a position where I am now acting as her, and she is having to defend what she shouldn't have to defend. Just like we shouldn't have to. Just like my son shouldn't have had to. And you know, that's why I say it's game over. You have too many people that watch the fucking idiot box. Just like when it comes to the NRA. I'm completely anti-NRA. 100%. The dudes in the NRA has had their hands in all major federal gun control. Not that it really fucking matters, other than the fact that people believes it matters, therefore it matters. Since the NFA. They have been on government side since the NFA. They have been on gun control side since the NFA. How the hell are they doing shit for gun people? They're not. This lady thinks that the NRA is running the country. I said, you are fucking high. You are. What are you smoking? Like, we should be selling this shit. Let's be business partners. There's Bert's all ring, so back to normal class. And, you know, when you ask her any question, because she knows all these facts, well, where's the facts? Show me. Well, I seen it on TV. I seen The Walking Dead on TV. Doesn't make it true. You know, these people, you think that they would figure it out, especially being 60, 70, 80 years old. that media, number one, it's just controlled opposition. It's just, playing the sheeple is what it does. I'm not saying that some things that they, when they used to report anyway, that some things weren't true, because some things weren't, right? Some things are true today. But there's enough bullshit in it that I question all of it, so I just don't even fucking watch it. So what do you do? Like, what do you really do? Well, I don't know. I guess it's a flip, you pick your poison. You either live life, do as you choose, and risk being put in a cage by cops who are taking their oath, or you bend over, do as you're told. It's a lose-lose. Nothing you're going to do is going to lead to a win, especially if you're somebody who supports somebody who you can be a supporter of somebody who is on social media or something like that, and I think to some degree you're putting yourself out there. Me, I'd put a fucking target on my back, for multiple reasons. But it's insanity, man. Like, and what's the crazy part about it is she complains about governments controlling people. I shit you not. And I'm like, you are the reason why they're getting away with controlling people. You want them to control people. How you think they should be controlled. But when I start having a conversation about doing shit that would control you, you don't like it. You don't want it to happen, because she said, yes, but I know that I'm not crazy. I said, yeah, my uncle with the schizophrenic knows he's not crazy too. Ask him. I can put you on the phone with him right now. She's like, right, well, I take care of myself. I said, so does he. He takes care of himself too. What does that have to do with anything? The problem is people having no idea what fucking freedom is. I watched a video this morning. Coda Boy 32. A patriot, he says. The damn thumbnail said the Second Amendment is a right, not an entitlement. Are you shitting me? But you have a voice. You're an educator, right? Get the fuck out of here. You're more than a clown than most fucking people, because I have literally, I laid it out like on a platter for you. Here's where you find the information. Here's what it says. Here's what this is. Here's a logical way of thinking about it. This is historically correct. And our justices, go listen to the oral arguments for that Newark Rifle Pistol Association case. The Supreme Court justices repeatedly state that the Constitution either does or does not grant you a right. They said the Constitution doesn't give you the right. The Constitution doesn't give you the right. These are supposed to be, like scholars, not armed scholars. That dude's a dipshit. He's another one. Well, before we jump into this video, goddamn, son, you can't think of something else better to say? Like, how monotonous is your life? Get you a fucking woman or something. Go rent you one. Hell, I'd pay for it. You just fucking shut the fuck up for a week. Oh, shit. Look at where we were at a year ago. Look at where we were at 3 years ago, 5 years ago, a decade ago, 15 years ago, 2 decades ago. Shit's not getting better. So voting harder is not going to change anything. You're only making it worse. When your position is like, they'll pay for in November, you are a fucking idiot. You're just a clown. What you have to say does not even matter at this point, because you are completely incapable of any kind of logical thought. You are literally voting especially when you're one of the people that say that our government's tyrannical. So you want to vote to fill one position in the 4-arm tyrannical government. Well, 3 arms. 1 arm is just, unless it's sheriff, they're not voted in. Yeah, the enforcement arm. That's real logical. Yeah, let's vote for some more tyranny. You know, people haven't figured out yet. When you vote, it's a form of consent. I consent to whoever wins says. Whatever law they create, executive order they write, doesn't matter if who you vote for wins or not. Because somebody's going to win because a bunch of people think they need to vote. I don't think there's any fixing the problem anymore. I genuinely don't, you know, and it's like, it's heartbreaking because of my kids, you know, my 15-year-old, my 11-year-old. Like, I can't go out into this world knowing that I left this fucking shithole for them. And that's what it is, people. I don't give a fuck what you say. Oh, it's better than Mexico. Oh, it's better than Brazil. Oh, it's better than, you know, Guatemala. I don't care about those places. I wasn't born there. That ain't my home. This is my home. Like, demanding to be left alone to live your life is not, you know, and then it's, well, what if I carried a firearm every day? Is that okay? Well, yeah, but you don't want to kill people. I said, so how do you decide who wants to kill people? Well, you have background checks. I'm like, yeah, because stricter background checks is really one more law, right? We already have background checks. All these people bought guns through that background check. Look at like the last 15 fucking like huge shootings. They all bought them legally. You know, I was talking to my dad, or not my dad. I was talking to who was it I was talking to this about? I forget. It doesn't matter. But I said, you know what? If it was gun people doing this shit, it'd be way worse than what it is. It'd be way worse than what it is. I don't think I want to say that. Why? But anyway, it would be way worse than what it is. I said it's not gun people. It's these fucking kids that we have pussified through people like this crazy bitch that thinks we just need to do something. It's about the children's. It's about the children's. We need more domestic terrorists. Cops. We need to be safe. We need to fill our schools. Our kids should feel like they're walking into a fucking prison door when they walk into school. There should be a cop everywhere they look. Because cops are brave. Yeah, they don't, yeah. You know, it's all about let's put somebody with a badge and a gun somewhere because that will stop people from doing this shit. So if that is really your reasoning, why is that? Because they have a badge and a gun? That's going to stop people from going in there? So why do you want to create more laws to take guns out of people's hands? Why don't you understand that if everybody carried a gun, this shit wouldn't happen? If everybody carried a gun, or at least had the option to, let's just say 50% of people carried firearms. 50%. And one of those two dudes from that funeral home in Uvalde, or however the hell you pronounce it, had a gun on them. That kid, that young kid, or young man, whatever you want to call him, young piece of shit, wouldn't have made it into the school. Most likely. Especially if they took their safety seriously and got some training. The lady said, well, I don't want to have to worry about gun. I don't never want to touch a gun. I said, well, that's your choice. And if you get robbed, murdered, mugged, shot, raped, you made the choice. Your life and safety obviously doesn't mean much to you. You learned how to cook because you like to eat. You think you learned how to protect yourself because you like to fucking live. I don't know, people. At this point, I'm just venting. You know, I don't even, we all know I don't make videos anymore, really, for real, just because it's a lost cause. You know, I've repeated the message so many times. You know, when I started out, I think I had a pretty decent message, and it was long, and I can go into detail about it and explain different things. And over time, my message has gotten so short. Why even speak the message anymore? I don't know. I gotta roll, y'all. I gotta run the Columbus store. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Peace.